Morning everybody. I'm very excited about this because this, as you can see, is the allotment, or rather half a plot of an allotment that I now have in Theale here in Reading. I'm actually sharing the allotment with my dad. My dad has been working this allotment for a couple of years. He's moved away from Reading and he's now in Thatcham, which is a bit further away, so we're going to be working it together. Now it's this plot here, so as I said, it's only half an allotment now, so it's this large plot here, and then we come down here, and it's the old bike I got here, and it's this large plot here, and the plot ends where you can see the kale growing at the next one. So from that corner at the sort of top left of your screen, all of that, got a compost bin here, got a water butt there, obviously we've chucked it on the side to drain it for the winter, got some scrap wood that we're going to make some stuff out of, and it's this plot here. You know, needs a bit of tidying up, but obviously it's the winter, so you know, it's all a bit of a mess. I'm sorry about the wind, I hope you can hear me properly. The really good thing is there's lots of fruit already in here. If you can see down the middle of the screen, that's all strawberry plants. And obviously they've been sending out the runners in the spring and summer. So we'll have lots of strawberries. We've got fruit trees, a few more strawberries that have gone across the path. We've got more fruit trees. But this is the thing that I'm really excited about. All of these raspberry canes. Obviously, well, if I show you the raspberry canes first, they start here, got all those there, and then they turn the corner, and then they go all the way to the end of the plot. Obviously, as you can see, a lot of the raspberry canes are old, so we've got to cut them down, cut them to just above the level of the soil, and they'll send up new shoots. But there are a lot of new canes that came this year, so we're going to have a hell of a lot of raspberries. And, well, I use a lot of raspberries, my banana raspberry carob powder smoothies, so the more raspberries we can get, the better. More strawberries there, some bare earth, just some, you know, most of it's just not, obviously, as I said, winter is, most things have died off. There's some gooseberry bushes. None of us, I don't eat gooseberries, and we don't know anyone that eats gooseberries, so we're probably going to take those out and compost them, and then we can use this whole strip. I'm thinking, obviously I'm going to plant a lot of comfrey, I'm going to plant a lot of green manure to enhance the soil. There's a pile of manure, somebody that we moved from the front, some bare earth there, and what I've got here, obviously I've planted all my garlics about a week ago. Came here a week ago and planted garlics, some manure on top. I've just been down to the canal here in Theale and gathered a massive great big bag of leaves, so I'm going to dump all those leaves on top of the garlics, give them some more feed. But yeah, this is it. These two plots, and you know, I can't wait for the warmer weather. I've got some comfrey plants at home. For those of you that have watched my comfrey plant videos, you'll know that I'm very passionate about comfrey. I think if you're somebody who grows your own food, comfrey is something that you absolutely must have. You have to have comfrey, because you rot the leaves down, or you use it as a tea, and it makes the best fertilizer. So as I said, I've got some comfrey plants at home, and they're still growing actually. I've still got leaves on them, so I'm separating some of the roots and I'm growing some new pieces of root, so come the spring I should have maybe 20 or 30 plants to go into the allotment. Obviously the leaves will then be used for composting. There's the old water butt. We'll stand that up on that stone when it gets a little bit warmer. So yeah, it's great. I'm really excited about all the wonderful healthy food I'm going to grow. Obviously I'm going to be going to be employing permaculture, no fertilizer, no manufactured fertilizers, no chemicals, no pesticides, nothing. All of my food will be grown organically and by using permaculture techniques. So there'll be lots of mulching, lots of compost, lots of Comfrey tea, whatever comes out of the ground, like these weeds for instance. When I dig it over, I'll break the roots off and just leave the greenery of the weeds on the ground, and they'll decompose back into the soil and feed the soil. So yeah, there's a very quick look at my new allotment. It's a large space, going to grow a hell of a lot of stuff in here. And as I said, this is just half a plot. If you look further down, that's the whole plot. We could have had the whole plot, but the whole plot's really too much. So we got half a plot, which works out at half an allotment rather, that works out with 2 plots. And I'll just show you quickly around the site. It's a massive site here in Theale, and there are allotments everywhere. And some people spend a huge amounts of money. They've built their own sheds and they've built cages, and some people have got allotments that are just literally fruit trees, as you can see. Although it's winter, there's still a lot of obviously overwintering stuff growing, brassicas and stuff like that. So, but there you go. There's a quick tour of the old allotment, and I can't wait for the warmer weather to get cracking. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spread the leaves on my garlic, put some manure on top just to weigh the leaves down a bit, and I'll see you later. Cheers, bye. Hey folks, me again, still at the allotment. I've just covered my garlic bed with leaves. That's quite a deep covering of leaves that's got now. And then I just shoveled some manure from the pile on top of the leaves, because it's windy, as you can see and probably hear. I apologise if you can't hear me talking properly over the wind, but I'm using a flip cam and the microphone's not great. But I've covered my garlic bed with leaves and manure, so they're all bedded in now for the winter, and they've got a nice warm little bed to sleep under. And well, I know for a fact the garlics are already growing, because when I actually planted the separate cloves, they had tiny root nodules. They're just bedding in the roots and getting all snug for Christmas. And probably sort of middle of February maybe we'll see the first green shoots. Unfortunately, that's all that I can do at the allotment today. There's really nothing else. Obviously at this time of year there's little to do. I could spread the rest of the manure, but at the moment my dad and I don't really know where we're going to plant everything, so it's kind of not really worth it. I think what we will do, you can see, I don't know if you can see, there's a gap in there between the raspberry canes. I think what we'll do is there's some raspberry canes that have come up here, and they're quite a way away from the post and the wire. So I think what we're going to do is take those raspberry canes, trim them, and then move them and plant them in the gap there, and that'll be a nice continued line of raspberries. And then I think what I'll do is I'll plant a line of comfrey plants in front of the raspberries, so that when the leaves have grown, you can just employ the chop and drop method. Just chop the comfrey at the bottom of the plant and just leave the pack the leaves around the foot of the raspberries, so that the leaves decompose and they'll feed the raspberries. So yeah, done what I wanted to do. I've given you a quick tour of the allotment. Not much to see, I'm afraid, at this time of year. Sorry about that. The garlics are planted. They've got a bed of leaves and some manure on top, so I'm going to go home and have a nice hot pot of coffee. So take care, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel to see more allotment videos and various videos that I make. Please give this a big old thumbs up if you like it, and please leave some comments. I love reading everybody's comments. So take care, you guys. This is Vegan Mark from his allotment, and see you again soon. Bye.